man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports?
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Let's go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
That's complete to DK Metcalf.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Cowboy 80. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
They find some open field here.
And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners 34.
It's a gain of 35.
They finally caught up to him there at the end of the play, but great inside handoff, and what a powerful run.
The first few yards seemed relatively easy. Then it got tougher, right? And that's where he showed that he was not going to go down easily. He was not going to be denied until he got everything he could out of that run.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw is Smith. And that'll be incomplete.
The Seahawks at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense for the Niners, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5.
18, 5 years.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
They'll fake it. Now Smith.
Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
Walker once more.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Kenneth Walker, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Lance and the 49ers now. First and 10 at their own 24. Drive begins with a carry by Davis Price. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Second down, and again it's Davis Price.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
38.
Now a play fake. Lance.
He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here's Lance.
Gets this one to use check. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. And they'll go for it. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Gino down a throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Smith, an great pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Throwing now is Gino. And he comes back with one complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Chase Claypool.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra inch.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react, make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Nick Bosa
able to record his 5th sack of the season. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
After the sack on first down, Smith. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. Lance finding Debo there for the Niner first. Here's Lance to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here we go. Here we
Ball
go.
on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 94 yards. And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter. My goodness.
I love love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And the slot man goes in motion left.
Red cycle.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 35.
Ready, set. Ready.
Lance now on 1st down.
He's going to take another shot here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? But can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Just beating the play clock, Smith.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go. Dragon 60. Come 19. Come 19.
On 1st down, it's Smith.
And that one on the money to Claypool downfield.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
They love to try to take advantage of his height. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again, maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
Buffalo 18.
Throwing again is Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 42-0.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Ready up.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And the Seahawks have recovered. How about this starting field position? First and goal from 2 yards out. Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. So he's had a nose for the end zone here in the early part of this season. 2 touchdowns for him now in this one to go along with the one he had in the opener as well.
Yeah, he certainly finds where the goal line is and finds a way to get across it. But you know who else senses it? The guys that block for him. Because he has that instinct, I think they hold their blocks just a little bit longer.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for... out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Let's go
Line
now.
of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hurt. 70 Ranger.
interception. Here's Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That's to Mitchell out of the backfield.
So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going up top. And this throw will be intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Now, I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there. But obviously, that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
Slot man moves right. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Smith. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Geno. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. They got his man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. And think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept the pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Smith on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
60. Come 19. Come 19.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, it was the free safety coming up and making the big-time play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Seahawks get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So, Charles, they are well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. But they put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive performance.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So, you know, the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because every...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
There's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Now that's a tough throw because he's moving to his left. He's got to get his shoulders pointed back right to throw it all the way across field to try and connect. Unable to do so.
On second down, it's Walker. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 80 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They snap it to Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the 49ers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Fields this way up at the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but I mean, they are deserving as they start another series to be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth. Charles, it's really been impressive to watch.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Seahawks.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Throwing Jones. Taking a shot for Samuel. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Taking a shot for Samuel. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. Now Gino on 1st down. And Walker has it.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Nick Bosa able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention he deserves. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
Here we go, Jack. Let's go. Go, Reed, go.
On 4th down, Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On 2nd and 10, Jones winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners are able to at least get one score back. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Hurry!
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Got it. Ready? 65 cat. 65 cat. 18. Pioneer.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Throwing left side, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Ready? 79 Broncos. Trap 50. Trap 50.
Smith going to throw it. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Here we go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Straight ahead, Walker. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
19 Lions. Warriors 17.
Third and long, it's Smith. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
He's going to try and go deep again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking the 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that, too, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Now Jones to throw on third down. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, They still want to get a few shots in. Up front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing now, Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Seahawks, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll have another home game next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.